So, Romain, you told me and you right off camera, we had to talk about and just staying on the subject of these laws, you know what I'm saying, the old laws. You told me about a situation that you had back in the day where you you tried to knock a pimp for his lady, but you found out otherwise, you know what I'm saying? It was a little twist to that. So and you learned later on and you did the same thing. So can you share with the family what really went down that story for me?
Yeah, here's the deal here. Um, I got I bust a guy for his chick. You understand me? They were sitting up in Holders. You did what I'm saying, man. I guess they were waiting on him to come. I slide over there and you know, I slide over there on them. One of them broke wide. They were sitting at the booth together. One of them broke wide. The other one stayed there. And I ended up walking out the door with her. You did what I'm saying, me, and I got in my car and broke her. You did what I'm saying, me, took her a few blocks down. You did what I'm saying, let her out the car. You did, and I was talking about, later down the line, this when the pages was out. So I'm gonna say, once I laid it down, I say, make sure you massage my hips. You did what I'm saying when you get it right. Okay. And I was up there just talking about how I done got a major guy for a chick. You did what I'm saying, man. It was one of my points where it was a guy had a lot of chicks. You did what I'm saying, man, and he was like, what Cat was almost like unbumpable. Game was good to him. You did what I'm saying, man. And then when I bust him for the broad, I'm bragging. You know what I'm saying, me? I'm bragging. I'm up there bragging my ass off. I'm up there talking about, yeah, man, I got you for that chick. You did what I'm saying, me? I got you for that broad. This what happened. Now let me tell you. I'm telling him I got you for that broad, man. That's my chick now. You did what I'm saying, man. I'm up there. I got them the peas around there. They sitting in the car, and I'm studying, man. I got that. That's my chick now. You did what I'm saying. So the guy drove up on me. The pimp drove up on me, and I knew him. So hey man, what's up? Yeah, and we discussed this. We get up here, we discussed this little broad.
Right.
And he knew I had been fat mouthing. You see what I'm saying? Me, he knew I had been fat mouthing because they've been telling me, man, old man up here, somebody got your chicken, da 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 da.
Right,
Hey
right.
man. So he walked up there. My car was parked at the pump at Raybon.
Hmm.
And he pulled up in there and say, man, young something, I'm gonna teach you a lesson today.
Hmm.
You understand me? He said, you're gonna learn something today in this game, Jack. Today you about to learn something. And and I'm all for it. You did, because I'm sitting here, I done got me some high points. You did what I'm saying? I'm 3 deep now. You did what I'm saying? Me, I just was 2 deep, now I'm 3 deep. So he said, you finna learn something today. He walked right up to my car. Now, mind you, this bro done been with me now like a couple of days now, maybe about 3, 4 days. And he walked right up to my car and told that chick, looked at her in that car. Now, mind you, she been talking all the time about how she ain't going to fuck with him no more. Hey, he walked right up to my car and told her just like this here, bitch, get out that car and go get in that car right there. Go get in his car. I turned around, I couldn't believe my eyes. The bro done jumped out my car and
Damn.
got in his car.
Wow.
You did what I'm saying? He
Hmm.
jumped in his car. And and I sat there, you dig, but I always, knew that, when you get bumped, you know, it's not a good feeling, but
Right.
you got to make it a good feeling because you got to accept it.
You got to accept it. Right.
You understand me? It ain't no violence or nothing. You got to accept that he just got his chick back. You
Right.
didn't want to tell me, but I learned a good lesson there because he came and told me he's pretty good, real good cat. You did want to tell me, he passed away. Now his name was Little Lewis, Little
Mm.
Lewis Moe. He had a little brother. I think his brother's name was Clyde. Yeah, that was Clyde. There, we was up
Right.
Lewis and Clyde. And after I got that lesson, here it is. I was 26. I think I was like 24 years old.
Right.
And 12 years later, 12 years later, a little guy was up there in the very same gas station and got me for a chick.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Hmm.
And I walked over there to him. He did the same thing. And I said, you know what? Today you finna learn a lesson. Now
Right.
I just felt in my heart
Hmm.
that the same thing happened to me was gonna be the same thing that happened to him.
Right. Right.
And I'm gonna tell you what he told me because I'm finna tell you what I told him.
Hmm.
You did. I say, man, you say you got me for that chick. He was up there boosting. I got him. I got him for the bra. Who say he can't be busted? I got him. That's my chick. Boosting. He hollering and. So, and I went over there and told him, I say, man, because this is what was told to me. I said, you're gonna learn. You just learned the lesson. I got walked up there to him, told the bro, go get your ass out that car and go get in my car. He couldn't believe it. Bam. And I gave him the game of what a P gave me. I said, man, let me tell you something. It's a big difference. It's a very big difference from when a bitch leave you and when you told a bitch to get on.
Right. Right.
He said, I put that bitch out.
Hmm.
You understand me? He said, that bitch wasn't around here making it up,
Right.
wasn't getting it up. He said, I
Mm.
put that hoe out my house.
Right.
And I ain't even, interested in the bitch today. You understand? But since I see some, you understand me around here, you
Yes,
dig what I'm saying? He said,
sir.
I didn't even want the whole today. But
Mm.
today, you're going to learn a lesson.
You
And I
gonna
learned that lesson. And I
learn.
gave that very same lesson back out.
You said you ain't got no